We are living in times where there is an assault on sanity. Political correctness has run amok and logic has been left by the wayside. Do you constantly ask yourself, WTF is going on in this nation? Do you sometimes feel like a stranger in your own country? Well, fear not. You are not alone. This is the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot Show, coming to you from deep inside flyover country with your hosts, V. Wright and Jose Estevez.
Welcome, everybody. It's WTF, and I am V. Wright.
And I am Jose Estevez. Welcome to the show, folks, where 4 days a week, on a normal week, that is, which this is not, 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, we would come to you from 6 to 8 p.m. East. Most times we are always live, rehearsed, unscripted, unfiltered, and PG-13, but never PG. Tango Foxtrot Radio.
Indeed it is. Senor, glad you had a nice couple of days off. It sounds like you enjoyed yourself. I am going to let our listeners out there know, if you would like to share our information on how to listen to our show, please send your friends, family, loved one, co-workers, associates, people you meet on the street to our website, the WTFradioshow.com, our host network at Patriot Network News, PNNTalkRadio.com. Send them to patriotsride.org, where they can chat live amongst themselves during our live broadcast. They can go to tunein.com, Spreaker.com, iTunes, and iHeartRadio. TuneIn.com and Spreaker.com have wonderful apps to put on your mobile application, whether that be a tablet, an analog, an Apple device. It really doesn't matter. They do have an app for you to be able to carry us along with you. I'd also like to remind you that if for some reason you miss a show, or you would like to catch a show and repeat it for whoever, wherever, you can find our archives at iHeartRadio, at Spreaker.com, and on YouTube. And also, I'd like to remind you guys that our phone lines are open during our live broadcast. You can call in at 313-462-0068. I want to remind you that we do not have a screener. You will be coming in live, so please turn your volume down. If you fail to do so, we will be forced to disconnect your call. Senor. Yes.
Oh, I've got news.
Oh, do you now?
Well, first of all, I want to remind you folks that, like I said, on a normal week, we're live with you Monday through Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. This Thursday, of course, will be Thanksgiving Day. We will be enjoying it with our families, so we will getting 4 nights into 3 Monday.
Absolutely.
Relatives, the man on the street, Syrian refugees crossing the southern border.
Absolutely. So what have you got over there, Senor?
Well, this weekend, I took my most people really haven't heard of it. It's called The Hunger. It was the final, known as Mockingjay. I've never read the books. I actually will read the books now. They went by the book. Great movie, but we're not here to talk about the movie. I walked out to my vehicle, and my vehicle's sitting in a large parking lot, lots of lights, a decent area, and walked out and painted the back window stickers that I have on the glass, the back. Now you might ask, well, of course, pocket of bumper stickers, clarity on them, and just upset some to make them. I'm assuming they weren't carrying a can. Actually had to go buy a can, or they had a can in their case may be, and then come back and spray paint the back window of my car. You might ask, what are those vulgarity-ridden bumper stickers that Senor Jose has on the back of his car? I miss President Reagan, so I can see where that's very provocative and would just upset anybody. And the other one says simply, Trump, make America. That's it, folks. That's what. Now you can agree with me or disagree with me on the Trump thing. You can say he's the of Reagan, whatever you want to say, I don't care. The fact remains, and what I had to explain to my daughter, her friends, the security guards who couldn't have caught the people if they were painting it, the thing I had to explain is you may not agree with something, but when you take it to the next level and you go and face somebody's vehicle like that, that's a scumbag. I'm assuming it's a liberal. What else would it be? Because the security guard said, well, maybe just some kids playing a prank. Well, I looked around and bumper stickers on, and they hadn't been spray painted over. It was no prank, folks. Why would kids be worried about something? I'm going to go out on a limb, tag a liberal, and they took the time to go get spray paint and spray paint the back of. And I mean, I'm just angry. And I'm not really sure if angry is the right word. So that's what happened to me this weekend, and I guess angry. I think after that and today is just kind of a feeling of I don't know. Are there that big of scumbags out there in the world? I mean, it's a rhetorical question. We know there. Like I said, to see something on the back of somebody's car and to spray paint it, and of course it's on the glass, folks. I can scrape it right off. I used to detail cars, a good sharp razor blade, and some water. I can scrape it off, and of course the price of the bumper sticker is negligible. Although I don't believe I'll be able to easily replace the one that said I was President Reagan, because I got it from the Reagan library years and years and years ago. I've had that forever. But like I said, just the fact that something like that. I don't know. I'm wondering what's going on with humanity and people in general, quite frankly.
Well, no doubt about it that people will get aggressive with stuff, especially when they see somebody that they think is an easy target. And I hate to say it, senor, but people look at you and they think you're an easy target.
So you think they followed me and they...
No, absolutely. I do not think that they follow.
The car is not like, I mean, it's just a standard vehicle. It's not, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I honestly do not know what's going on.
Well, I do not know either. All I know is that with all the stuff that I've got all over my car, nobody ever touches it. But that might have something to do with the fact that I've got guns and 2A, and yes, mine has foul language on it. It calls Obama the quicker upper. Yeah.
Anything provocative like that.
Well, exactly. But they never mess with my vehicles, and we understand that we might be having a slight technical glitch here, and if you guys are missing this in your please understand that we are trying to resolve it as quickly as we can, and that he will be returning with us in just a few moments after getting an opportunity to fix the system. But what we were talking about is the senor went to the movie theaters with his kid this past weekend, and while he was there, someone took a can of black spray paint and spray painted over his Reagan bumper sticker and sprayed the back panel of his window. Of course, his are on his back glass, so they couldn't have covered it if they'd have wanted to. However, it does make for discouraging sentiment. I'm looking forward to him coming back, because it will be interesting to see if he was able to get any video footage, etc. I doubt very seriously he was. The fact of the matter is, these things happen and occur on a regular basis. It is not uncommon. I've heard stories of people coming out and their windows being broken or their cars being keyed or what have you. God help the individual that I ever find messing with my vehicle. That would be like messing with my house. It would be on, and that would be it. I would probably lose my temper in a very, very large way. Later on tonight, we've got Mr. IQ Al Rassooli rejoining us. He was with us a couple of weeks ago, and what a fantastic guest he was at the time. He wants to discuss depraved Islam. So we're going to have him returning with us. But there were some things that he was not able to get to on his last visit with us, and I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say tonight. There were, he reached out to us and said, there's things that we would like to, I'd like to cover, and of course we accommodate him because he was a brilliant guest. He's very well versed. He's an author. He's a scholar. He's an Iraqi exile. In addition to just being an all-around great guy and a brilliant mind. So we're looking forward to having him. Senor, I see you're back.
Oh, that was my introduction?
No, that was not your introduction.
Well, except for the Iraqi part, might well describe me.
Yeah, that...
Can you hear me now?
I am going to ask you to reach out to our girl from California and let her answer that question for you. if you don't mind, send you.
Facebook.
Because I am seeing that I am still not registering, and I don't know if it's my meter or if it's your system. Well, this is the technical glitches that you get every so often when you are on opposite sides of the country and you're trying to come in as if you're in the same room and you're dealing with technology, and some days it sucks.
I just got told that I sound like I'm on the moon.
Oh wow. Well, let's see what we can.
It's working it off. Does it sound like I'm a little closer than the moon? Maybe go or something. Well, no, that'd be further.
Well, the weird thing about it is you're fading in and out. You will come in and then you will fade back out, and I have no idea why. So, anyway, we're going to sit here and we're going to roll with this as the best we can, because the only other solution is to me reset all my systems, which means we go off air. So we exactly. Well, you've got Hillary Clinton out there discussing the war on women. Well, it turns out she tweets out sometime over this past weekend that all sexual abuse accusers deserve to be believed.
That's rich coming from Hillary Clinton when we're referring to her husband, of course, Bill Clinton.
Well, I just thought it was absolutely hilarious that her original tweet said, "Every survivor of sexual assault deserves to be heard, believed, and supported." She was immediately greeted with a crush of reminders of the allegations against her husband for sexual assault and even rape. So, there was one Juanita Broderick cough.
The names are long and the list is distinguished.
Then there was someone who said, "Except for those who survived your husband." Somebody said, "At Hillary Clinton." Well, this is awkward. Aaron Klein said, "Bill Clinton's rape accuser Juanita Broderick to break her long media silence on my show tonight." At Hillary Clinton, what do you think the over-under is on the number of women your husband raped? Stephen Miller, MT at Hillary Clinton, "Every survivor of sexual assault deserves to be heard, believed, and supported." Was really? Although, and then he post a picture of then he posts a picture of Hillary Clinton and a magazine thing that says Hillary Clinton stands by her defense of the 1975 rape suspect. Then there's, wow, does this include the girls whose rapists you defended and laughed off? What about Bill's offenses? Shouldn't they be heard? Educated Hillbilly retweeted what she said. Oh, it is hilarious. I mean, they would just went after. Wait a minute, they've got one here. Dale Johnson response at Hillary Clinton. Yeah, about that. And then he posted the article. Monica is a narcissistic Looney Tune. She is part of the vast right-wing conspiracy. Oh, absolutely no doubt about it. And I'm glad you were able to rejoin us, Senor.
Yeah, thanks. Can you hear me now? Is it working?
I don't know that it is.
Sure. So I'm going to ask the listeners I'm interacting with on social media, and they'll let me know here momentarily. It should be better. Must be something with someone from the computer thing. Maybe it's the internet.
Hey, Senor, did you hear about what's going on in New York City? Since New York City is incapable of resolving protecting itself from the ISIS threat, the Gambino family has stepped in to say that they will protect New York. That is funny. That is absolutely hilarious to me.
Stepping in to take over for what the government will or won't do, and I don't mean federal government, evidently state, local, or just what they're unable to do. The mob comes in, the Gambino crime family. We've all heard of the Gambino crime family, and they come in, say that they're good. I mean, they're going to take care of this. They'll do it.
Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, honestly, then one of the Gambino kids that came in and stepped up, that said that, oh well, we're not having a refugee problem in Sicily. So that was his big thing, is that we're not having a big problem in Sicily. In addition to that, he comes out and says, a lot of people think the mob is bad, but there's good people and bad people in everything. This is the opportunity for us to show the world our good side. I almost fell off my chair. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Let's see. What else is going on? Oh, here's one for you guys. This was one I really thought was in Paris. They've got all of these terrorist activities. Of course, they had Mali. Guess I might want to turn that off. With everything that was going on with Paris, of course, this past weekend we had the Mali incident. But you would think that, knowing the amount of refugees and the threat against them, especially since the Hebdo attack, that they would be hyper vigilant about what they have or what they don't have, as far as their resources. Well, as it turns out, a number of protective health outfits, similar to those worn by people cleaning or dealing with the Ebola virus, have vanished from a Parisian hospital. It turns out that more than a dozen hermetic protective overall suits and 36 pair of special boots resistant to chemical agents, gloves, and antibacterial masks have all disappeared. And I don't know if any of you guys have seen some of these hermetically sealed suits, but I mean, you almost look like you're fixing to go in space. I mean, they've got oxygen tanks and face shields and headgear, and I mean, nothing is getting in, getting out. They have lost a dozen of those suits. Now you have to wonder why. Where did they go? Well, you natural thought process is, are they in the hands of terrorists? Then, of course, they're not telling anybody about the explosive belt they found in a Paris suburb. That was found, that was found today. The discovery was in the Montrouge neighborhood, and they say that it had some people concerned. You think? I'm just guessing that if I came across a belt with explosives attached to it, it might be disconcerting to me, especially with 130 plus people just died in my city. I'm just guessing. Senor, are you back with us?
I'm back with you now. I think it's my wireless internet or my internet problems. Charter was having issues last night, and so I just jumped on cellular. So hopefully the listeners will be able to tell me if it's working a little bit better for us.
Well,
Can they hear us?
I am not sure. I am sitting here and I am looking at the meter and I am watching it bounce up and down. I mean, it's going from full blast hear you distortion to showing almost like you're saying nothing. So it may be a gremlin in the system. I have no idea what's going on tonight with that. That is very disconcerting to me.
Of course, you take pride on doing, producing a great show. There's a lot of issues lately.
It has been weird. Last Tuesday night, we got kicked off the air. We know what happened there. We got hacked. The system got hacked. That may very well have occurred again on Thursday night. However, I've gotten no confirmation on that. And then tonight, the only problem that I'm having is with your channel sound, and that's bizarre. So,
Well, we're going to try it. Like I said, I'm waiting for confirmation here if the good folks listening out there can hear me, and if I have worthwhile, we'll see here.
well, if I thought everybody out there would stick with us for 5 minutes, we'd shut the whole system down, go into recast for 5 minutes, and reboot and see if I could resolve it. I just asked them to refresh their browser in 5 minutes, but I don't know that. What do you think about that, Senor? Because I would.
Let's wait and see if they can hear me on my cell here. And I've set up. I'm not in the bunker. I like being down in the bunker, but if I get a confirmation, yay or nay on that, then we have our guests on too.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm thinking, because I don't want to have a problem with them as well. So, anyway, we apologize, folks. These things do occur from time to time. There is little that we can do about them when they do, except to reset the system. So, and that may be the path that we take here in just a moment. Anyway, so these protective suits are stolen. There is no telling where they're going. We had Rick Pierre come on a couple of weeks ago and told us about ISIS building gas chambers. We know that they are delving into chemical warfare, and now the hermetic suits, a dozen of them, are missing from a Parisian hospital. I would say Paris has a very good reason to be extremely concerned.
Isn't that funny? And the thing is, and I'm not sure what reports you've seen, but the report I saw said that they were talking about that they're working on getting it, but Rick was very convinced, and I tend to believe Rick very much when he says so. And Rick said they already had access and capability to do so. Which of course they want people to know if that's true, because they got enough panic and issues over there. So
That's what we're going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, we are having such a difficult time with this connection tonight. We do have a guest coming in, and we cannot have this. If you guys will please give us 5 minutes to reset our systems. In the meantime, it's going to kick over into a recasted show. We will pick up in about 5 minutes, and if you'll just refresh your browsers in about 5 minutes, you will get our show live. We will be back with you. We apologize for this and appreciate your